What is up, everybody? I did it! Yes! So, if you guys don't know, about a week ago, I finally won my first major. It was Smash and Splash 4. And I had one of the if I heard that I had won through this bracket before it happened, I probably wouldn't believe it. Like, if I time traveled to the past and I'm like, Void, it's your time to shine, I'd be like, nah, the light's off, I ain't shining. Anyway, I'll try to get to the point with this video, talk about, my bracket, kind of what it took to win, how it feels to win, stuff like that. And then afterwards, I'll go and touch up on a lot of the other questions people might have, like, oh, how was the venue, how was the tournament, doubles, Dragon Ball Fighters? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of questions, but let's get to the point. First things first, I actually almost got DQ'd. Okay, that's actually second. First things first was round one pools, which was round robin. That was really fun. I actually felt like, for the most part, people were really like, it was a nice environment. Usually round one pools, I feel like, can be pretty bad. Like, oh, I'm fighting a top player. Like, this guy's just gonna completely destroy me. But for the most part, it seemed like people were having as much fun as I was. Maybe I was just having too much fun, so it was like that through my eyes. But I thought round one pools was great. Round two pools was where things got a little hard. This is where I almost get DQ'd. So I'm rooming with Cosmos and the Cat and Mr. R, but they all had to leave the room before I did, and my phone was having trouble charging. So I just so happened to wake up at 1:59, staying at a hotel a little farther away from the initial venue. My pool's at 2. So I get ready, it's 2:06, and I'm like, yo, the Cat, you have to tell my pool captain I'm on the way. And he's like, yo, you better start running. I'm gonna go tell him, but you better start running. So I ran to the venue. It's like 2:20, 2:25. And I'm like, yo, I'm here. And Amiibo King is like, oh, awesome. Hey, yo, Void versus this guy right here. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? So I was probably minutes away from being DQ'd. And played 2 sets. I had to play against Wisdom to make it out, if I'm not mistaken. Wisdom being a Duck Hunt player. And I remember, I talked about this in a previous video, I'm sure. Captain Zach actually gave me really good advice versus Duck Hunt. So I kind of just held on to that. I was like, I haven't practiced the matchup in a while, but that's okay. As long as what to do in the matchup is fresh in my mind is there, I'll be good. Get through Wisdom, and I was supposed to fight Meister, who just won Combo Breaker. But Meister lost to Ozone, and then he proceeded to lose to Wisdom as well, so he got double Duck Hunted. But so did I. I got double Duck Hunted too, but I ended up beating Ozone 3-0. Each game was pretty much last hit. If he got one good read on me, I was dead. So that was really, really tough. I think I would have rather fought Meister, to be honest. Then the hard part of bracket starts. Yeah! I had to fight Mistake, who beat me 3-2 around 3 months ago at ESA Vegas. The set might be on YouTube now, but because I ran the bracket a little late due to Dragon Ball Fighters, we had to play on the recording setup. The set, I don't know my own percents for most of the games, but there was one SD, and then I think 4 up smashes. And I won 3-0, and this is why, yo, Larry's like, yo, I told you to up smash. I'm like, Larry, I was up smashing before you told me to start up smashing. Anyway, then comes the Buzz. I was really hoping the Buzz would get upset. I ain't never beat this guy. I never thought I'd beat this guy. Then this is where Larry's like, yo, Void, just try your best and you'll win. That was the advice that I think stuck with me throughout the whole tournament. Just try your best and you'll win. Because Larry always has confidence in me. And I actually feel like I play better when I do talk to Larry before matches. So I appreciate that he messaged me. And most importantly, I ain't no punk bitch. So fighting the Buzz, most of the time, I think the past 2 to 3 times I've fought him, I've done really good. And then just something ridiculous happens and I die. So I was like, you know what? Let's just not do that. Let's just play solid, play your best. You'll win. And then at the end of game one, he's rapid jabbing me, and I'm like, he's gonna do the jab combo that he can no longer do. So I'm gonna DI right. It was so I felt so stupid. So I lost that game, decided to run it back. For the most part, even when I talked to the Buzz later, he's like, yeah, you were just playing super solid. It's like, you just kill Luma. Like, just keep killing Luma. Like, play the whole game around killing Luma. If Luma's alive, you're not winning at all. Like, you were losing. And then I happened to get really good early kills on Buzz as well, which made it so it was much harder for like him to kill me off of rage stuff. Also, knowing how to DI up air, you DI in or you DI in and down. I guess this is in, it's more of like this direction, but you DI in and down, and it makes it so you go flying off of the first up air and you don't go flying like straight up. Super good, by the way. And when I beat the Buzz, I didn't think it could get any better than that. Like, I was set for life. Like, I was like, yo, this is the best day of my life. Like, I finally beat the Buzz. Like, yes, yes, yeah. And then top 8 was the next day. I made it to top 8. And I'm trying to practice with Mr. R, and I'm like, it just can't get better than beating the Buzz. Nothing's gonna get better than beating the Buzz. So I felt like that was kind of my mindset, which is really bad. And fighting light, you know, I lost game 1. I was like, damn, I got fair footstool. Also, this is the hardest set of the tournament. Game 2, I'm like, damn, I got fair footstool. And a part of me was like, yo, you beat the Buzz, you're good, you don't need anything else. Like, you beat the Buzz, you really, you peaked yesterday. Today is not your peak. You peaked yesterday. You beat the Buzz yesterday. This is today. You ain't beat the Buzz today, and you ain't beat light today. And I think something inside of me just snapped. I'm like, you know, shouldn't be thinking that way. You know what you need to do to reverse 3-0 him, and it starts on the next game. Game 3 was super close. He tried to do a pretty, like, I would say top level recovery, and he messed up, which, I mean, it happens. It's easy to mess up like minuscule angles. Game 4, somehow I lived the back air. I think it was top player privilege that allowed me to live the back air. Like, any other Sheik got hit in that exact scenario by our exact back air, they're dead. They're dead. But, you know, top player privilege was like, no, you get one more chance. And I knew just from that, like, I could take a little more risks, because light, if I was light, I would have thought I won already. So I'm like, because of that, I'm going to take more risk, because I'm probably going to be playing sloppy after that. He wasn't playing sloppy, but random rising up air and neutral just sealed the deal. And then game 5, it was like, I'm void. What am I doing? And things just, did you guys hear that? Things just went like extremely well for me. So the fact that game 5 started so strong, I could have got fair footstool again, but it's really hard for Fox to make a comeback on Sheik. So that definitely was the hardest set of like the whole tournament. After that came winners finals, which was Salem. I knew Salem, there's something I was doing all tournament. So before I fought the Buzz, I was like, the Buzz, I'm coming for you. I really want to beat you. And it's like to the point where I think it might make me lose. And the Buzz was like, that's scary, dude. And I'm like, I want to beat you. And then I actually beat him. So before I played light, Salem was walking off the stage from fighting Leo. And I was like, Salem, I'm coming. And he's like, oh, I know. So after I beat light, I was like, Salem, I made it. And he's like, I was waiting for you. It was so anime for like no reason. So going into fighting Salem, if I'm not mistaken, I win the first 2 games, and then he goes to Lilat. Wow, I really don't remember this set. I must have been way too focused. So the thing about fighting Salem, I think it was game 5. And if you've seen the set, the way the set ends, Salem's on the ledge, and I do the runoff back air to just surprise him if he happens to do ledge drop. But the thing is, the whole set, I'm looking for him to do this option, right? I'm looking for him to do ledge drop, blah, 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 you know, see if he really wants to do that kind of stuff. And he's ledge jumping the whole set. The whole set. He's ledge jumping. He's ledge jumping. And I'm getting so mad because I'm like, wow, this means I have to fight him like super duper legit. Like Sheik fighting Bale legit is good, but then I'm gonna get cheesed out, you know. And I was at the percent where if I get witch timed, I'd die. And then I just did it. And I was like, wow. I'm like, that worked. Yo, I hate watching myself play. I do the silliest things that just don't make sense, but I think that might be why it works. I'm like, hey, this option has been proven to not work. This guy's clearly aware that this option doesn't work. So maybe people like let their guard down or something. I don't know. Oh, right, yo, I up smashed Salem so much too. Ooh. The only person I didn't up smash was Light. Up smashing Fox is mad hard. But from there, I made it to grand finals of an A tier. And I'm like, huh. The last time this happened was a year ago. And I was fighting Salem. And Salem's like, Void, I can't let you win. You're one of the people that I can't let win. Hey, yo, anyone in the crowd, if you guys got Salem, let me hear you. Let's go, Void. Yo, whoever did that thing. Going into grands, though, I won game 1, super clean. Won game 2, super clean. Then I lost game 3, last hit, and I just thought to myself, yo, this is DreamHack all over again. Like, I'm gonna get reverse 3-0'd, and then he's gonna win. And I was like, no, Void, you can't. You can't do that. This isn't last year. You're not the same guy. You've grown a lot from that experience. You've grown a lot in the past year. Don't let your past haunt you. And then one of the things that I think really helped me get to winning the tournament was I was like, you know what? This is like the last set. You're either gonna win or you're gonna lose. And accepting the fact that I could lose made it so I wasn't really as afraid of losing. It's like, literally, there's 2 outcomes. You either win your first major or you just don't win your first major and you get gatekept by Salem again. And surprisingly, yo, at the end of it, I was like, you know, I really want to win. And I'm sure Salem knows that. But I'm not gonna let the fact that I really want to win like change my confidence in my options. Like I was doing some Rambo stuff, Unga Bunga, like, oh, if you watch me play, you're like, Void, you need to stop. And I was like, Void, you need to stop. And I'm like, no, I can't stop. If I stop now, that means I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna have too many conflicting thoughts. Like I have no time to stop because I want to win. And I know what I have to do to win, and I want to be playing this way because this is where my mentality is. And the craziest thing, this is also, yo, why'd I do this? Very last situation. The very last situation, I grab him, it's around like 100%. If I up throw and I get like just perfect up air, you know, he's dead. And I forward throw, and I'm like, Void! Like, why does it sound like Void? Why are you forward throwing? And then I just jump it in him, and I'm like, air dodge. And Salem's like, it's the worst air dodge I've ever seen, man. But Salem air dodges, I won my first major. That's it. And it was actually such a great feeling. Like the fact that, one, there's validation that Sheik actually is like one of the best characters in the game, because Sheik is one of the characters that's won a major, especially solo Sheik. 2, I won a major. I can go into Smash 4, not Smash 4, I can go into Smash Switch with a major under my belt. And 3, I know what it takes to win a major, both mentality-wise, practice-wise, like all that good stuff. So just being on the other side, I guess, being on the other side doesn't feel real. Still hasn't sunken in. But I know as I go to more things, I'll be like, hey, you've been in this situation before and you've lost and you've won. And I think that's a great strength. Like I know the bitter taste of defeat and I know all the glories of victory. That's broken. But let's touch up on a lot of the other stuff. Sorry, I kind of got carried away, but there's a lot to talk about just in my bracket. Yo, it's crazy. If you think about my bracket, the hardest set being Light, you wouldn't think that the hardest set was Light, but I was like pixels away from not winning the tournament. Well, not winning the tournament through winners. So let's touch up on the other stuff. The venue, it's a giant water park, super duper cool. Worst part about the venue is it's really far from the airport, and it's not in an area where Uber is super duper like popular. So it's best if you like just hook up with other smashers, be like, hey, I need a ride to and from the airport at these times. If people could help me with that, that'd be cool. Otherwise, just get flights in the afternoon. I almost got screwed getting a flight at 6 a.m., but shout outs to Rena. Thank you for getting me a ride. What else is there? I haven't seen a bunch of homies from the Midwest in a really long time. I got to hang with a lot of people. I actually had a lot of fun at this event. Overnight venue broken. If your tournament has overnight venue, it literally goes like up in a tier. Doubles. Doubles, first of all, I'm entering doubles as of right now because Smash 4 is almost done. I'd rather see doubles with me in it than doubles without me in it. Simply because, I mean, seeing like a top level Sheik in doubles I think is super cool. I think seeing me in doubles is super cool. And there's a lot of people that I have a chance to team with now. So more so entering doubles is like a fun thing. Just like, why not? I still have my gripes with doubles and it can show sometimes, but I'm happy that I can at least have fun playing doubles. Cloud being banned was crazy. Como and Leo felt like 30 times easier, or 30% easier. And it's crazy because I fought them at their best and I've also fought them at this, and I'm like, well, this is just way too drastic. Like, there's no way Cloud's that big of a deal. They're both still really strong doubles players, but in terms of playing doubles with those specific characters and the synergy that they had, it just wasn't there. Mistake, though, Mistake's a demon. Like, I don't think Bale's a problem in doubles, but she's definitely like a top tier in doubles. Like, it's not a problem, but she's the top tier. And Mistake, he wouldn't let me run. Like, he's mad good. Very impressed by Mistake's play that tournament. Dragon Ball Fighters, I got to play against Lord Knight twice, who's currently in the summit. He's hard. Right now for Dragon Ball Fighters, it seems like my skill level is kind of like, let's just say, a high level player. Like, I can fight really, really good people, but I can also lose to people in my tier, like a little below. But the really good people, they've can figure me out. They know a lot of stuff about like the holes in my gameplay, so I just have to keep grinding. I'm glad I got a chance to play against more really strong people. Glad I got to play a lot of casuals. Like, I really enjoy where I'm going with fighters. It's a stressful skill level to be at, but if it wasn't stressful, or like if it wasn't like challenging, then I probably wouldn't be doing it. And dude, I finally won. I think that's about it though. I don't think there's too much else for me to talk about. So hope to see you guys at the next video. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Yeah. See you guys next time. Peace.